Hi friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. Today I just have a regular video for you. I hope you enjoy it. But first of all, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Brenda and this is the Spoiled Oliver. And if you're returning, welcome back. You know we love you. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. Okay, here's DIY number 1. So for this DIY, I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paints in the color Crimson, Ink, and White. I'm also going to use these stencils. I got these off of Amazon, and I do believe they are in my Amazon store. And then I got this 14-inch wood round from Hobby Lobby. So I start off by getting some painter's tape and placing it where I want my two colors to connect. And I'm just using my square ruler here to make sure that my tape is straight, because believe me, it was not straight. After that, I went and I painted the top part of my round with the white and then the bottom with the crimson. Then I went ahead and took my stencil here. I am taping that in place. And then I'm going to take some more tape. I'm just kind of ripping it in pieces so I could fit it along. I didn't want the fence part of the stencil. I didn't want to use that part, so that's why I added the painter's tape on top. After that, I took a stencil brush that I got from Essential Stencil and my Waverly chalk paint in the color Ink, and I'm just pouncing it up and down all over this stencil until I have everything that I want to use all covered. And look how pretty that came out. I just love it. Okay, then I took my ribbons here. I cut these down to about 6 inches. And I also dovetailed them, and I'm just going to alternate the colors, and I'm scrunching them up in the middle and then just kind of holding them with my hand, my fingers. That was probably the hardest part. It was kind of getting a little difficult there, but I got it all. Then I just tied some twine around the middle of it and just kind of fluffed the ends of all those ribbons to make a cute little bow. Then I took some hot glue here and I'm just gluing it to kind of the corner part of my wood round. And then I added a little bead that I had, a half bead, to the middle of that. Then I decided it was just too white and needed a little distressing. Now again, if you don't like distressing, you could always skip this part if you recreate it. And again, you know, you guys, when I create these things, I do it for inspiration for you guys. You don't have to do exactly what I do. Just make it your own. Use whatever you have on hand to make it the way you want it. So after this, I'm going to go ahead and do some distressing along the middle as well. And then I'm going to add a hanger in the back. And I just took some of this ribbon, tied knots in the back, and then I'm hot gluing them to the back. And that's all there is for this one. It's super easy, but I absolutely love that little pig the stencil. I just think it's so cute. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, I want to say thank you to all my subscribers. You guys are just wonderful and you mean the world to me. And if you're new here, welcome. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you do, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you go. And then make sure if you guys want to support me, you can give me that thumbs up and comment, watch those ads. And I also have a buy me a coffee link if you'd like to help me that way as well. And then you can find that link as well as the links to my social media accounts in my description box below. Okay, so we are going on to DIY number 2. So for this DIY, I'm going to use these eggs from Dollar Tree. I got them this year. I'm going to use some burlap. I think I got that a while ago from Hobby Lobby. This little basket I just recently got from Dollar Tree. I created this, and I didn't create this. I got this off of Cricut Design Space. It was already created on there. I'm going to use my Waverly chalk paints in the color white and ink, and then I'm going to use one of these Easter eggs that I bought this year. I'm going to start off by using my heat gun and my little paint scraper here to remove that bunny and then set it aside for next year. Once I have that all done, and yes, it was a little hot, so I had to be careful there. I ripped off all of that paper. It's kind of one of those things where when I start, it's hard to stop. I'm not going to use this side. I'm going to cover it up, but I just had to keep ripping it. Anyways, I then painted the back side of it white, and then I decided this needed some distressing too, so I took a chip brush that I got from Plaid and some ink chalk paint, and I am just doing my distressing. Then I took my egg here and my basket, and I'm just measuring where I want to make some holes to attach those two together. So then I took my crocodile here, and I'm just going through and making holes. Now here I just made one, and then I was going to put it together, and I'm like, wait, how am I going to do that? There's only one hole. So I had to make another one. So this one turned out great. I made another hole above it, but the other one I got too close. So I ended up having to make the hole kind of to the side of it. It still works out, but yeah, anyways, just be mindful of that if you make something like this. So here I'm just attaching the basket to that egg with some little zip ties I got from Dollar Tree. And then here I'm adding the one that's kind of to the side here, just making sure it's all going to work right. And then I just wanted to stand it up to tighten it to make sure that everything is going to fit perfectly. Once I have that all tight, I am going to trim off the little extra pieces of that zip tie. There we go. I was like, do I want it to stand straight up or do I want it tilted a little bit? It works either way. Then I took this decal and I'm just going to put it on my egg. And I just thought this was a fun idea to have the farm fresh eggs 25 cents and then have my basket full of eggs. I just thought this was going to be really cute and fun. So that's why I picked this decal. But once I have it on there, then I'm going to take my burlap and I cut some down and I'm just kind of folding it and placing it in. Now, if you don't have burlap, you could definitely use moss. You could use tissue paper. You could use, what was I going to say? Oh, what's this stuff? Raffia. That's you just use whatever you have to fill that basket. I took some more ribbon here and I cut down, let's see, I think I made 4 of these and I think they're all 4 inches long. And here I'm just dovetailing the ends of each one of them, except for that like burlap ribbon there. I didn't dovetail it. It's kind of hard to do that one. Then I'm just crisscrossing. I'm making a messy bow here and I'm just alternating each one and crisscrossing like you see. Once I get them all on there, then I am going to use that jute twine to keep it all attached. And as you can see, I'm just going to add my jute twine here and tie it in a knot. And you just kind of have to make sure you're grabbing all of the ribbon to make sure it's all included into that twine. I did this once before, all of this, and I had to start over because I was getting it all messed up. Anyways, after that, I went and I hot glued my what are these? Boxwood Greenery pieces. I'm just going to hot glue them to the top part of that egg, and then I'm going to add the ribbon right in front of it here. Then I'm going to use or take a half bead that I had in my stash and hot glued it to the middle of my bow, and that's that one. I think it came out really cute. You have to let me know what you think about that one as well. Okay, it is a time for a celebration of your recreations, but I have nothing to share with you guys this time. So if you have a creation or recreation that you would like me to showcase for you, you can send me pictures to that email address listed there or through Instagram or Facebook Messenger, and I would be more than happy to showcase them here for you. Now on to DIY number 3. So I'm going to use my Couture chalk paste in the color Bright White. This transfer is called the Chicken, INN. And this rooster or chicken I got from Woodpecker's Craft. I bought this material this last fall at Walmart. I just loved it. And I'm going to use a pizza pan from Dollar Tree and then my Waverly chalk paints in the color white, crimson, and ink. We kind of have a color theme going on here, which I don't know if I've told you guys this before, but I love these color mixes together. I just love red, black, and white. So I'm going to start off, I used my little finger sander, sanded the edge of the pizza pan, and then I painted it with that crimson color. Then I took my fabric, laid it out, and this is like a screen lid thing you get from Dollar Tree, and it's the exact size of the middle of your pizza pan. So I use that to trace out my material, and then I cut it out. Then I took my Mod Podge. This is fabric Mod Podge, which is much thicker than your regular Mod Podge, and I'm just going all over the middle of that pizza pan, and then I'm going to lay my material down. I kind of had a wrinkle there, so I had to lift it up so I could smooth it all out. And then after I had it all smoothed out, I went over it again with some more of that fabric Mod Podge. Now that fabric Mod Podge does take a little longer to dry because it is so thick. Once I was done with that, I went ahead with my paintbrush, and I am just doing the end of it, and I'm using my ink and making polka dots. Then I went ahead and painted that rooster with my black, or chicken. I don't know if it's a rooster or chicken. I keep calling it a rooster, so we're going to say it's a rooster. And then I took my crimson color and I colored in the comb. And then the other piece that goes down underneath its beak, I can't think of what it's called. You have to let me know because I can't think of what it's called. It's like right there at the edge of my tongue and I can't think of it. Anyways, once those were all painted red, I took my Couture transfer from that set, and I'm just going to place this on here, and I'm going to use my white chalk paste to stencil in the saying. Now, if you want to recreate something like this, don't feel like you have to use Couture. You could use anything. You could use stickers. You could use rub-on transfers. You could use your Cricut. You could do anything. I actually was looking for a transfer or some stickers, some rub-on transfers to use, but I didn't have anything that went with what I was going with. So I ended up using one of my Couture transfers. But again, you know, if you don't have Couture, you could make this your own by just using what you have. So I am decided then I needed to do some more distressing. So I took my white and I went all the way around this chicken, distressed the edges, and then just did a little bit in the middle. And I really feel like it brings it to life. It just kind of, before it just kind of looked blah. Now it just looks like it has a little more life to it. So that's why I like the distressing. But anyways, once that was done, I took some E6000 here, and then I'm going to take hot glue. I'm going all the way around on the back of that chicken. The E6000 is for permanent hold, and then the hot glue, of course, is for the immediate hold. And I'm going to put that right in the middle of my pizza pan. And you guys, I did wait overnight because it did take a long time for that that fabric Mod Podge to dry. I'm going to use some macrame cord here, and I'm going to go around the inside of my pizza pan and hot glue it in. And I'm making sure I'm running that hot glue along the material more so than the metal. Then I took some, what is this? Chicken wire. I got this chicken wire ribbon from Hobby Lobby a year or two ago. And I actually put two pieces together. You cut two pieces out, and then to make them wider, I connected the two. And then I'm just going around my pizza pan like you see, and I'm just kind of folding the bottom over that edge of the pizza pan. And once I have that all done, and when you work with this stuff, be very careful because it can be sharp. I did cut my finger a little bit, but you know, if you have some gloves you might want to wear with it, but you just want to be careful. I wanted to have some extra support on the back of it, so I took this ribbon here, and I'm just going to hot glue this all around the back side over that chicken wire. And as you can see, I put a lot of hot glue on there and I let it set for a little bit to really make sure that that ribbon adhered to it. Then I just cut slits in that so that it would just make it easier to hot glue. And I'm just hot gluing all that ribbon in place. Then I took some raffia here and I am going to stuff this inside of that chicken wire. And I had some little styrofoam eggs I got from Dollar Tree. It was with all the Easter stuff. And I decided to paint some. So I'm using my Dusk, my Plaster, Sandstone, and Celery, all by Waverly, and just painted all the eggs. And then I'm just going to lay them inside between the pizza pan and the chicken wire. Now I do end up, some of it is in there pretty snugly, like on the sides. It's snug, pretty snug, but the middle was a little loose, so I did end up hot gluing some of those pieces or those eggs in. Then I took some of this ribbon here and I'm hot gluing the ends together. I took this ribbon I got from burlapfabric.com. I'll have a link to that in my description box. And then once I had both of those hot glued together, I'm just going to scrunch them up. I'm going to do the red one first. I scrunched it up and I'm going to tie it with some twine here. And then after that, I'm going to do the same thing with the black and white striped. I'm going to tie it with twine, or I'm going to scrunch it up and then I'm going to add it to the top part of that bow and tie it with twine. I don't know what I'm doing here. I was like trying to figure out what was the front, what was the back, something. I don't know, but I got it all done. And once it was done, I just hot glued it right there on the top of my pizza pan, and I added a half bead to the middle of it as well, and then a hanger, and there it is. I love this one too. I love them all. But you have to let me know what you think about this one as well. Okay, final DIY number 4. So again, I'm going to use Waverly chalk paints in the color white and ink. I'm going to use some more chalk Couture. This is the candy apple and the black velvet. I am going to use some 4 tumbling tower blocks. Then this cutting board from Dollar Tree. And then this is the April Club Couture. This is the exclusive transfer that you get when you sign up for the Club Couture. And this is for April. So if you want this, you can still sign up until the last day of April to get it. I started off by ripping off the front because I just had to, but I'm really painting the back. After it was all painted, I took this is Crackle Medium from Folk Art. And I thought I would try this instead of the school glue. And it works very similar. You want to put a heavy coat on if you want heavy crackling, a light coat if you want light crackling. You want to avoid going over the same area multiple times. You try to do it, 1 or 2 strokes, get it all covered. Now I was a little nervous because there was a lot of bubbles in this and I'm like, I don't know. Is that going to work? Is this going to work? I was really kind of nervous, but I thought, well, won't know till we try. This one, we have to wait till it's completely dry to add the paint. With glue, school glue, you can do it while it's wet. So I did use my heat gun to dry the medium, and then I'm adding my paint over it. And the same thing with the paint. You don't want to do many brush strokes. You want to try and just do 1 coat or 1 stroke if you can. And I'm just getting as much on there as I can. And look, can you tell it's already starting to crackle? Once it starts drying, it started crackling. So I was feeling pretty positive then. And then I grabbed my heat gun and finished drying it. And I just love the crackle that it made. It came out beautiful. I just love this. I actually love this sign. So I'm taking this transfer and I'm fuzzing it. Now I believe I know they changed the material they use on the transfers. I think they might have changed the adhesive that's on the back of this, because normally if I fuzz something about 5 times, it's perfect. I don't have to worry about any paint pulling up. But since they have changed the material on this, I have noticed that I have paint pulling up more often than I did before. And I always fuzz my transfers. So This pulled up quite a bit of paint. I was a little frustrated, but it still looks really good because it has that old look. But if you have any of these newer transfers, you might want to fuzz it just a little bit more than you normally would to see if that helps, if you have any paint pulling up issues like I just mentioned. Again, if you are new to Chalk Couture, I am a designer, so if you have any questions about it, feel free to email me or comment in the comment box. I'd be happy to tell you about it. But again, this is April's exclusive Club Couture transfer. To be part of the Club Couture, it costs $21.99 a month. You get the exclusive transfer plus 3 coordinating chalk pastes that comes with it. And I think it's a great way to get started if you just want to try it out. The one thing is you do have to, if you sign up for it, you do have to sign up for at least 3 months before you can cancel. But after that 3 months, you can cancel and no problem. So, but if you have any questions about it, feel free to ask me. Now, what I did there is I added some paste and then I pulled my transfer up so that the paste doesn't dry on my transfer while I finish it. And then I just finished it there. And you can see some little spots, but I did kind of go over and touch it up a little bit. But I love the way this turned out. Then I took some shipping paper and I am using my glue stick here and I'm just adding that shipping paper to the back of my cutting board. I need to do that to the egg. I forgot to do that to the egg, but after I was all finished with covering up that back part, I am taking some raffia and I am just tying this around the handle. I'm going to tie a knot. I just grabbed some large strands and then I'm going to take some more and I'm going to tie it around the knot and make extra layers, I guess you could say. And you can just do that until it meets your standards or until it makes your eyes happy, as Crafty Lainey would say. And once I had it the way I liked it, I took some of this ribbon from Dollar Tree. I just made a little bow doing the awareness ribbon, scrunching it up in the middle, tying it with twine, and hot glued it in the middle. Then I'm taking 2 tumbling tower blocks. I am hot gluing them end to end. Then I'm going to hot glue it to the back of my cutting board here. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the other 2 tumbling tower blocks. And then I'm going to hot glue it to the other tumbling tower blocks there just to make it stand up. And that's all there is for this one. I absolutely love the way this came out. Oh, I love that crackle. It's so pretty. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well, and which one was your favorite one today. And the final reveal is coming right up. I will be back Monday on my normal time with another video. I do have some lemon and bees coming up next week. I know a lot of you guys asked for more, so I have some more videos with those next week. So have those notification bells again before you go. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that red subscribe button before you go. And make sure you guys give me that thumbs up and comment. And with all that, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. And I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.